Welcome back, guys, to the Juxtaposition.
She's
These
tired
are
of
my
us.
two co-hosts who are really crazy. I don't know what they ate. Maybe it's the food that Nana made for us, but Lord knows.
What are you trying to say?
Good.
Welcome back. We're so excited that you guys are here with us again. It's been a blessed week so far. We have a new president of the United States.
My president. Not my president.
That's not very nice to say.
No, let's just get it clear. That's not my
Biden,
president.
he's not our president, but he does affect our country a whole lot. Their president affects what we do.
Yeah.
As
Is
you
it-
said,
is it-
we were
We were what? Distant cousins? or something?
Yeah, we were lost brothers and sisters. But
So you
now
think we're sisters? We're blood
we're
sisters?
finding our way back to unity.
So therapy. We're in therapy?
We're in therapy right now. Yes.
Trump wouldn't give us therapy.
No,
That's what
he
you're trying to say.
he disowned us. Okay, he disowned a lot of people. But Kamala, is it Kamala or
Hey,
Kamala? Sorry.
Harris.
Honestly, I'm not trying to be
Kamala.
It's Kamala.
please
Harris.
don't disrespect the
No.
first black woman to ever be in office.
Yes.
Please.
I salute
And
you.
Asian.
Yes,
And
she's
Asian, yes,
too,
Asian.
which is cool. So, thank you for that.
Asian
Thank you
for-
for representing our beautiful women all over the world who are African American, who are African descent.
Yes,
who are
African
black,
descent. Please say that again.
You know. So,
Yes.
Stand up.
thank you for that. Anyways, today's snowing, and it's
beautiful.
It is.
Stop, to be honest.
I mean, I didn't expect it to snow because there's not a lot going on. So
Yeah, it's a good winter. I mean, I'm not outside, but it's a good
hasn't
winter.
snowed like that, really.
Yeah. So it is what it is, to be honest.
anyways, enough chatter because you'd like to chat too much. Let's get into our topic for today. And we're going to be talking about a topic that, honestly, I haven't really heard much about people talk about. Or maybe once in a while, but not really.
Yeah, not really.
I don't think people talk about it like that, to be honest.
Yeah, but we're talking about absent fathers and how that affects us in general as a
My
as a
baby
society.
daddy.
I think a lot of people think like, yeah, baby daddy, my
A lot of baby daddies out
father.
here.
Barry.
Yeah, we got a lot of, but that it's. I would call it a syndrome.
I don't know.
I don't know
I don't think it's a syndrome, but
It
I
is.
don't know.
because
I don't know.
it affects a lot of people, not just
Maybe a
not just one, not just the family, but affects society as a whole. If you
Yes.
think about it,
I think it's a chain reaction. Is that the right word?
yeah. So it affects everything. And
Yeah,
if
it
you don't-
does,
if-
yeah.
from the top,
It's a
all the way-
domino
Yeah, it's a
effect.
domino
Yep,
effect,
yep.
right? So, but before we
Okay.
begin, as we always do, we have our verse of the
Oh.
or our anchor. Well, clearly we weren't prepared because we're supposed
Yes.
to have that on deck.
I mean, don't you have it? Your phone?
No, she doesn't.
Oh, my bad, people. Don't worry. If you don't have your Bible, like I said last week, grab your Bibles, your physicals. If you want to get the phone, get the phone.
Hey.
But if you don't have anything, we will put the Bible verse like we did last week.
Yeah, we're gonna do that every week. It's
Yeah.
gonna happen all the time.
So from Proverbs 22, verse 6, she thought she was going to read it, but I
No,
got
I'm gonna read it. He's just being extra
it.
today.
Okay.
He wasn't prepared.
He wasn't.
When people are
So,
not prepared,
yeah, he wants to come
that's
and
what
take.
happened.
Anyways, let me read. Okay.
I'm gonna let him know after.
Let me read it. So we're reading from Proverbs 22, verse 6. This is the NIV version. It says, "Start children off on the way they should go, and even when they are old, they will not turn from it." That's something I heard that verse multiple times
Same.
before.
And don't we have one more?
Yeah, I'm gonna read it.
Yup, she going to get it. Sorry, people. Next time we'll be more prepared.
Yeah, nah, do your job.
That was definitely not my job. I know whose job it was. But actually, I don't want... Sorry, go.
Okay.
She said, "Ho."
All right. So this is from Psalms 68, verse 5. "A father to the fatherless, a defender of widows, is God in his holy dwelling." It's not a beautiful thing.
Beautiful.
You have a father,
So beautiful.
a heavenly father.
So let's get into this topic of this week.
So, we don't really fact check here. I mean, we don't really bring up facts. But today...
I was going to say, don't say that because we want to make sure we have the facts
No,
straight.
no, sorry. We don't bring up facts.
Yes.
Like from Google.
Or like sources or
Yes.
statistics and stuff like that.
Yes. Let me get that straight.
Yeah.
Okay? So today, I'm going to give you the effects of an absent father in a home. And this is based in America. I tried for Canada, but Canadians, they don't do well with their website. They steal from the Americans, to be exact.
there's not much.
But
have a
we can
smaller
still
population a
try.
little
We can
bit,
still
that's why.
try. You know? But yes, I'm going to just read you some. So 18.3 million, or 1 in 4, live without a biological step or adopted father in a home. So there are 4 times greater risk of poverty, the kids to be exact, more likely to have behavioral problems, 2 times more likely to suffer obesity, 2 times more likely to drop out of school, and more likely to abuse drugs and alcohol. And there's many more, sadly.
I think you should put this one: 7 times more likely to become pregnant as a teen for females. Because a lot of times we think we forget we always focus on the son.
7 times.
Yeah. But
this is 7 times.
We got to worry about our females, our women out there too, and the effects of not having a father.
And then that just continues the cycle of usually they have kids and then the father may not want to be in their life, and then that's an absent father, and it's just a domino effect of fatherless
children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
So why is leadership important? And for myself, why leadership is important, just the stuff that we just mentioned. If there was a leader in the household, because we're talking from the household right now.
Yeah.
If there was a leader in the household, a lot of stuff would be, how should I say? A lot of stuff would be prevented if there was leadership there. Because I feel like as a father, like for the 7 times a woman gets pregnant, like I feel like as a woman, that's your first love. So when you see the father loving his wife, like it's easier for her to know how to like maneuver when she gets older, you know. And it's not like you're not like a bad person if you do get pregnant. I think that's important. Sometimes things happen, you know. We're human, we make mistakes, but it will prevent a lot of pregnancies if a father was at the top leading the household, in my opinion.
I don't have any right now.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's important.
I got a blank
It's okay. I think leadership is important because it provides structure, as Nana said. It provides a base for a child to understand what it means to take responsibility. A lot of times, like, if we look at leaders who are great leaders in this world, not even just as in the household, but in general, they show that they take responsibility for their actions. And if you don't teach a child how to take responsibility for actions, they're going to go wherever and however, and they're going to just do things and not care, right? And that's a domino effect. And it affects not just their lives, but when they have children, their children's life, and when they go into relationships, it affects so many other things in their life. So leadership is just, it provides structure and it teaches you to take responsibility in that context.
And also it's a partnership with the wife, right?
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not saying the guy is going to do it all, but 2 is better than 1, right? So just to add that the man is very important.
I would also say like leadership in a sense where they're led by their examples for many others like behind them, right? Like if we don't have leaders, we have leaders like teachers, we have leaders as police officers, we have leaders everywhere we go, we have a lead who we're following. So like men leading in the household or allows us to see how we should be leaders future wise. It's like giving an example or giving just a structure, like the steps on how to be a better leader. And when we have better leaders in the world, you know, like the world goes a little bit more smoother it's easier. So
I was going to say like the ultimate leader for us in our lives right now is God. And like a lot of times for those who don't believe, not saying they don't have structure, but it's a lot more chaotic. When you have God as your leader, as your foundation, you know what your father likes and what he doesn't like. You know what I mean? So it provides you a pathway, as we said before. It gives you a steps, as Janet said, of how to go about life. And so that's why it's important.
I think even like you can follow the wrong leaders and like, you know, sorry America, but you follow Trump and he may lead you a little bit,
deceiving you.
Deceiving you, and not and plus like him being a leader of America, he wasn't leading from somewhere like
for the people. It's for
yeah,
himself.
it was
It's
for
selfish,
himself. So like fathers nowadays should be led by Christ, right? He's the example to the example that
Of
you're
what you
doing
don't
for the
need,
people
yeah.
behind us, right? He's going to God and he's like asking for how he should lead his home, right? Not by your own sense. So yeah. So what is the difference between a father and a dad? Because they ain't the same, okay? They ain't the same. So what do you guys think about that?
I, honestly, like I've been asking myself this question. I don't honestly know the difference like that. Maybe you guys can inform me.
I mean, for me, I think a father is someone who just donates their DNA. And that's it. Honestly, there's
juices.
multiple. I read online, and there's multiple ways of how people determine what's a father and what's a dad. But for me, like a father is literally just someone who is your biological father who gives you, who just brought you to life, and then a dad is it takes more responsibility. It's like a whole job. It's a lifetime job. Like they invest in you. That's what a dad does, and not just say I'm your father. You know when he, it's like, when I guess I've seen in movies or stuff like that where they're like they get upset at their father or whatever, and they're in arguments like, I'm your father, you should listen to me. It's like, no, but you were never there for me.
Yeah.
You were never there, so you can't. Well, it just reminds me of the Will Smith of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air when his father why don't you love me, man? It's like, yo, like he couldn't relate to his father like that. His father couldn't relate, and it's just like that's his father. But Uncle Phil was his actual, like, his dad. Like that was his role model in his life, and that's the difference for me. I mean, I don't know about you, Jan.
I think that's a good one.
Yeah, I would say a dad encompasses all emotional support, provide with money wise, and just gives you the whole round love and is there for you, gives the compassionate when you need it, gives a talk when you need it, and comes from a place of wisdom, is using wisdom when talking to their child. And then a father, of course, like come in and come out, and it can also be breach of just being a provider and just doing that, because most dads, like, that's what they can do, and most in society, that's what like dads are called to do. Give the money to the children, and then the wife is supposed to be the comforter, and that type of thing. But it comes from both. It's supposed to be both. And a father's love, just like our Father in heaven, he showed that he was compassionate too. So that's how we should emulate. Fathers should emulate that today as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So based on, well, you guys gave me a better understanding about a father. What roles do father play in this world today? Some roles, I guess, for the people. For me, provides structure and stability, like you said.
Exactly, yeah.
Provides a feeling of security, both in physical and emotional. And I think that's very important because I feel like we don't get that like a lot, the physical and emotional side. I don't like growing up. I know I'm going to get more into it in later on, but growing up, there's a couple of dads I've seen that was physical and emotional with the kid. Like if they're scoring a bucket, like basketball, come here, son, good job. Well, he's sitting on TVs, but it's like I said, oh, Daddy, are you gonna come to my game? Basketball.
I'll give you money for the outfit. You have $20.
Or yeah, I'll give you money to join the team, but I ain't coming or anything like that. Or I got good grades, and it's like, oh, good job. So it's very important that you're there emotional and physically, because the whole the whole narrative about men is that be a man, be tough. And we don't show that. So when a man does show that, it's kind of rare and it's kind of great to see. But I think now in this generation, we're seeing that more, where the man is
breaking down a little
showing
bit
more of the
affectionate side.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's what I could say about the roles.
I'm gonna get into the Bernice's psychology part of it. She should be saying this, but studies shown that when fathers are affectionate and support is great, affects the child's cognitive and social development. So it instills like an overall sense of confidence, and that is true. True. I can even see that with our cousins now, our baby cousins who are like not babies anymore, but they're 5. You can see when you give them affection how it gives them a little bit of a boost. Then
and listen, it's not even that, but it's different when you give when we give them affection, it's like, they embrace it. But when their father gives them affection, you can see there's a difference in them. When like our youngest, well, not our youngest, but Io, when he's like playing basketball, it's like, Daddy, look at me. And when your father like tells you like, oh, great job, or like you could do better, like let me teach you how to do this, it gives them a sense of like, oh, like my daddy, I want my dad to make like I want to make him I want him to be proud of me. Like I don't want to just do something that will make him upset, but I want to make sure that, you know, like I'm doing things that make him happy.
Yeah, their father is like their superheroes to them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Love
I was gonna say with that also, like the father role, it's hard, and it's a choice to be.
It is a choice.
To take responsibility and not just like say I gave birth, like I gave you life and that's it, but it's your choice to say like, listen, I'm tired, I really don't want to play with you right now, but you know what, like I'm gonna still do it, you know what I mean? So also like it helps with relationships with other people. Like when I look at my dad, I see how he works with people. I got my I'm a social butterfly in a sense where I can be able to talk to people in that sense. And I got that from my dad. He's the person, like, he can literally talk to somebody that he's never met before and have a full-on conversation. He's always saying hello to somebody, even if he doesn't know him. And my mom was sometimes like, why are you talking to him? Like you don't know him. You don't even know him. Like, why are you even talking to him? But it honestly gives you a better understanding of how to go about the world and who you should look at and how you should interact with people. And so that's where I got it. And that made like a huge difference in my life with how Daddy goes about with his life.
For sure. But we're going to take a little break, guys, because we got our first ad for this podcast. We're really excited.
We gonna pay the bills today.
Woo, woo, woo. So
We gonna pay.
we have Sarfo and Vieira. The brand. Okay, I'm just gonna read a little snippet for them, you know, give them a little shine. So they are a Black-owned business in local Toronto, and they are an up-and-coming brand. They sell complimentary items to complement your fit. So their slogan is "Complement your confidence." So as you can see, Nana, bang, put your wrist up.
Bang.
Do you see that? So that is one of the male collection watches, and it's called Ocean. Now you can see the beautiful blue color.
Matching my drip.
And then you see Bernice
See that?
from the women's collection. You have the Emergent Royalty.
Look at that. It's
So that
beautiful.
is a watch from one of the women's collections. Beautiful. You see it?
Very nice. And look at this beautiful box. Don't get it twisted. Look, it's not just like, you know, look at this.
They put their
coming
package
correct.
right.
Yes.
They're coming correct.
What?
So just a little bit about their brand. So Sarfo and Vieira were inspired by creating a distinct brand that could be used to give back to the community. Sarfo and Vieira have a vision to build a popular brand that is recognizable. Their mission is to provide the finest complementary pieces to help you complement your confidence. So for our listeners, they hooked us up. They hooked y'all up.
Come on
okay,
now.
they hooked y'all up. So we are offering a 20% off on all products
That's a
on
lot.
Sarfo and Vieira. What did I say?
20%.
20, not 10.
Not 15.
20.
Come on.
You heard it here. So all you have to do is use the code TJP20 on your checkouts. Let me repeat it again. TJP20.
I'm gonna put it like here.
Yes, for sure. She's going to put it. So all you have to do is check them down, and the link below on the description box will have all their information, their Insta, their website. Please check them out. Support your Black-owned businesses, guys, because they will support you as well as they're giving you their 20% off. And that's it for us today. And we're just going to get back to our regular
Shout out to them.
program.
Shout out to
Shout
my
out to
guys.
them. Go check them out. They're really
I'm
good.
a silent CEO. I lied.
Yeah.
Anyways,
That may be removed.
so
Joking.
All right.
anyways, I want to add to what she was saying.
Yeah.
How my father, like your father, your relationship with your father infected others.
Yeah.
I think I learned from my father on how not to act towards women.
That's a good thing too.
That's true.
How not to act towards women and how not to act towards people, where he was more so of, I don't really want to talk to people. I don't really want to go out. I'm not like treating my woman properly. So that was just red flag. Seeing that red flag. And
But how would you know? You wouldn't have never known unless you got different. You got it. You were learning from the outside because you, as a child, you would.
Yeah,
you don't know
so
what's right and
I
what's
seen
wrong.
that. I seen red flags, and then when I go outside, I'll see husbands, how they interact with their wives. Like when I'll go to practice, there are a lot of dads that were with their wives, like, ooh, okay, you know. And I'll go to church, see the pastor with his wife, you know. So I'll see a lot of men with how they reacted with their wives. So then when I go back home and I see that, I was like, this is not right. I never once said like, yeah, he's the man for doing that. He's putting her in her place, or he's putting my sisters in their place, but no. So I seen a lot of red flags and stuff that said, I'm not gonna do it. My mom poured so much into me, so it's like I know my dad. I'm a part of my dad, but sometimes I'm not gonna front. Sometimes it's hard for me to see the stuff that when I have a part of him.
You don't want to see it.
No, I know it's in me though.
Yeah.
I know, like, patience.
Yeah,
sometimes I don't have
course.
patience. There's some stuff, but when it comes to
it, you say, nah, that's not me.
when it comes to like how to treat like your wife or
Treat your
treat
mom.
others, it's like me and my brother, it's not really instilled in us. So me and my brother have seen it, and also like me seeing my brother how he goes around people, like, you know, and my brother's married, so see how he acts. But yeah,
I
that's
think
what
a lot
could
of
say.
times, a lot of times, like, people don't like to admit like they have a part of their father in them.
Yeah.
And the thing is, yes, you can be, even as a Christian, you could still like have things about you
Animosity towards
that your
your
father
father.
also has.
Yeah.
It's not only like your father doesn't just only give you like their DNA. They give you everything else that encompasses them, like everything, their pain, their sorrow, everything that they've been through. It trickles down into you. So somehow, some way, it's gonna come out in your life. It might not be as crazy. It might not be like as in front of your face, but it could be subtle. And sometimes you just kind of like be like, that's just me.
Yeah. No,
That's
probably your dad and your grandpa.
Like, yeah, like that's what I'm saying. It's like,
Your family line, look down your
and a lot
family
of times
line.
people just dismiss it. Even as females too, we kind of dismiss it and be like, nah, that's not me. Like, I would never do that. I would never do that. A lot of people say that too. I would never do that. I would never be like my daddy.
And I know the type of habits I had. The habits I had, I know it was from
It was from your father.
from the
Yeah.
fathers.
But the beautiful thing, if you can address that,
Yeah.
and like actually peel back and sit back with yourself and be like, I think, yeah, I do kind of
Yeah.
act like my father.
Then you can fix it and you
Then
can
could-
work
yes,
on that part of
exactly.
you instead of saying, I like to say it a line, that's just me.
That's just me. I can't do anything about it. I got it from my daddy. No, you can change that. Like, you weren't born to be dysfunctional. You know what I mean? Like, you can change that aspect of your life. So that's what I gotta say.
Very true. So also I would like to say fathers and daughters, their relationship.
Yeah.
It's important. I would say,
Well, you guys got a dad in
us,
your life,
but
so
from my perspective and what I think, we have a dad in our lives, yes, and he's played a role.
Yeah, my daddy calls me my big baby. I love my daddy. Oh my gosh, sorry, Daddy, but like you don't understand. My dad.
You know what? He's become more emotional throughout the years of raising us.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, my dad's he's away a lot and he works a lot, like most dads I think do, and we just, we're used to it. We go along with it. And then you start to feel like you're missing your dad. But now he has changed, and I can see that. And it makes a difference in how we act as well and how we want to have what man we're trying to look for, right? Or a husband that we're trying to look for, and those characteristics, right? Before, sometimes I'd be like, I don't like how he's so distant to us and stuff like that. But if you don't work on it and you don't see it as a problem, you're just gonna pass by and it's just gonna be like, oh, okay, whatever.
Right.
He was just absent, and that was just him. But no, that's not it. So it's really important for those people who are trying to be fathers to daughters who are gonna eventually have children. Like, we are gonna eventually have children. He will as well. Like, work on your craft of being a good leader, being a good father, being a good person, and not just doing it for yourself, but doing it for the future generation to come as well.
And I think I have sisters, but I think there's some hidden stuff that's not been addressed, that the reason they do some certain stuff or the reason they act the way they act is because my dad wasn't there, and hopefully one day it can get addressed before, we all get old and stuff like that. But there's so many things I'm not aware of, that's the reason, because of my father, you know, because they didn't get that side of him.
But I'm saying a lot of times, if you're not aware of it, you won't know.
Yeah,
And hopefully
with
they
yourself
are.
with
Hopefully
that.
they are.
And that's the thing, you have to
I mean,
sit
you
with
can
yourself.
help you can help them realize that too. But sometimes you don't realize it yourself. You kind of just gotta drop a hint, like, don't you think maybe that was from this or something? Because some people don't just sit down and think about their feelings or think about why they did certain stuff.
Or they just don't want. They don't want to. That's a lot of people avoid it.
Sometimes the word "daddy" is just
that's not my dad. I was like, that's not my dad. That's my father.
Oh, he called today.
That's seriously. Some people like that's not my dad. That's my father. Like there's no emotional connection there, so it's important as men and women, like for girls, sons and daughters of you need to realize, like, fathers, you play an important role in how they perceive relationships and how they go about relationships, not just the female but the men as well, like how they treat their women and how they go about treating other people. You know what? It is very important. And so like I was gonna be going into this other question is like, how did the role of your father affect you? We kind of talked about it a little bit, but how did your I know Nana has a story, but how did it affect
you? I think can you mention? I actually don't, because it might be a good story.
What are you talking about? Talking about your father.
No, the story you said I have.
I don't know. I know.
Oh, you're saying I had a good story.
Yes.
No, I'm just saying if I told it to you yesterday and you probably know what I'm about to say, but I forgot. Okay, relax. Anyways, how did my father affected my life? Well, I feel like the times where I needed someone, like I didn't really have or really get. Like the times when I, like, oh man, you know how many fathers came to my friends' games? You know, when I was a kid, grade 5 and grade 6. And there was one time where grade 5, my coach was like my father. I was with him every day. Every single day, going to his house, picking me up, going to basketball practice and stuff like that. And then when it came for OBAs, like the tournament, like the biggest tournament in Canada, okay? When it came for that, I don't know. I think as I'm 22 years old right now, I probably know the answer. But the day he was supposed to pick me up, I took off school, right? I took off school and I said, I told my mom, I'm going away for the weekend, right? So my brother bought me McDonald's in the morning. You know, I'm eating. My bags are packed. My coach comes to the door. Boom, boom, boom. Where's Nana? Where's Nana? He's not going. He's not going. He said, this is my son. He's not going nowhere. He has school. He's not going. And I was crying. I was like, I was livid. Imagine you're grade 5. You're going to a hotel. All your friends. All your friends, you're going to go compete with the best in Canada. You're not going. I said, why? He has school. I said, why? And he said, this is my son. And then my coach was saying, I've been a real dad to him or something like that. I've been a real father to him more than you. And then I was like, that just crushed me so much. Like the first time my dad took me to school was that day.
Wow.
Just to make sure I was going to school. If I didn't go, like, you know, I was probably rebellious. If I didn't go, like, okay, I'm going to go to school.
But how did that affect you? Like,
it crushed me.
Do you think that's a memory that replays in your head?
Does that affect? Would you say that?
Well, therapy.
Hey. Psychologist is coming out. Sorry, I just wanted to know because sorry.
Oh my god.
So I'm just gonna say it. Oh my god, she's sweating. I just wanted to ask, like, how did that affect, like, currently right now, like, when you, because I know there's that little boy inside of you that still holds that against.
Yo, we got father. 3rd place, eh? We had a whole trophy and everything.
It would have been 2nd place. It would have been 1st place. No, but I'm saying, how did that affect you now, like, with your father?
That thing comes up at least once every, like, couple months. I said, damn, remember? It crushed me, and I'm still hurt. I'm still hurt. Not like, I'm not hurt. I'm not mad at him, but I'm just so hurt how it went down.
But why?
Because I always remember my sister saying, Nana, you should have told him you had a PA day. And in my mind, I'm like, why do I have to tell someone I have a PA day to go to a tournament? Yeah. Like, guys, the whole year or 2 years, I was going to practice 3 times a week. He was picking me up. So out of all of a sudden, and I went to tournaments too. So all of a sudden, something flipped. You're not going. No. I said, oh my gosh, I can't. And then Saturday came. Yeah. Saturday came, and then I was like, so Daddy, can I go now? It's like the weekend. No, you're not going. So I was like, okay, this is more than just school. Yeah. Your ego's probably hurt that this man came into my life, and he is now a father figure to me, and you're not. And after that, like, our relationship, our coach kind of like fell back. where it's like
man.
I stopped talking to him, and I seen him a couple times. He's like, "Oh, you don't remember me? Like, you don't remember me?" And I was like, "Of course I remember you." Like,
Yeah.
right. But it's not the same because I thought he was gonna be in my life for a long time, but it was very unfortunate. Not like this. Like again, I said that hurt me. I'm still hurt from that. Like I'm still hurt. I'm
Sorry.
like I didn't even have to pay for stuff.
Right.
It was that type of team. Like, you know, but damn, guys, these guys be.
Sorry, I just wanted to. I mean, that was. I didn't think
She
you're
digged
gonna-
in.
I'll never do that to my kid, dog. That's everything. Like basketball is like
Yeah.
everything to him. Like, you know, and it's important. Like the ones that are trying to kind of take over a kid's like the role of a father and
Mentor
someone's
them,
like a
like,
mentor. Like
yeah.
it's important that you kind of like have a good rapport with the family, the mom and the
But
dad.
that might not happen all the time.
So what? You're gonna have another Nana situation. What
No,
can you
but
do?
I'm saying a lot of times, like, there's gonna be situations where the mentor is not gonna have a great relationship with the mother or the
gonna be a
father
struggle.
because the mother or the father, or let's, for example, this is the father situation, but the father is probably gonna feel some type of resentment or some like they feel guilty or ashamed that they're not doing
Yeah.
what they're doing.
Enough.
So you have to keep it low key. That's what you're saying.
So another person is gonna come in and take my position, and it's like, but you're not doing your job. But the person who's a mentor.
You gotta organize
The
yourself.
person who is a mentor, I wouldn't suggest, obviously you would know your limits of where and how you're going to go about the situation, but not all the time you're going to have a great relationship with the parents.
It's true.
Or the father. You know what I mean? But
It's gonna be a
So what do you
sticky
do? Do you just operate and like?
no, you still check
I'm
you still check up on the kid. You still do your part as as the mentor, but just remember like that
What role you're playing.
what role
don't
you're
overstep
playing. Yes, don't
your
overstep that boundary. You're not the father. You're a mentor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're there to teach and to guide, not to
And then
father.
maybe
if
the father falls back or is absent or something like that, you can step up and take a bigger role in your life if that's
and let the kid
possible.
be right and
Decide,
sometimes they-
right?
Yeah, let the kid decide and not
Yeah.
make them be like, no, I
Yeah.
have to choose this person.
Choose,
yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So. Sorry, thanks Nana for sharing. I was gonna ask Jana like for me as
I kind of said my own, but if you
yeah,
have something
the
else,
role that my father played for me in my life was showing me that hard work. Woo, hard work. They can attest to this. Like I'm like busybody. I'm gonna be everywhere and do everything and try to be the best at it. And like I'm never sitting at home. My dad was always like, "Yo, you see, you're not staying home again."
Before
You're not going
Bernice
out."
treated her house like a hotel, basically.
No, I did.
slept,
Slept and
she ate-
leave,
she-
come
she
back in the
sometimes didn't
nighttime,
even eat
morning.
there.
I was literally so busy, but I got that from my father. Like he was such a hardworking. Well, he still is till this day. He's such a hardworking man that it's ingrained in each and every one of us. Me and my sisters, like literally everything we do, we put our best forth. Is it best foot forward?
Yes.
Best forth. Our best foot forward, and that right there, I'm gonna take it for the rest of my life and teach my children how to be hard workers too. Yeah. But the one thing I want my father also that I've learned from my father is to take breaks. Because he never did.
Yeah, no.
That's a good point.
He never
There'll
did.
be times
That's
he
a good
comes
point.
home, his eyes look like
Puffy.
someone punched him in his
Yeah.
face. I said, bro,
You need a break.
go sleep, man.
You need a break, and that's
It's
the
not
thing.
that serious.
So you can learn good and bad things of what you should and should not do from your father.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the thing I learned, that you need to take breaks, and self care is important. Like
Health is wealth.
don't worry
Health
about
is wealth,
the
yeah.
bills and all that stuff. He was great in providing everything. He was there, take responsibility. You check in. See, my one thing about Daddy was like he would never physically call us and be like, "Yo, so how's things going?" He'll go through my
around
mom,
and then to my mom.
Then my mom will transfer the message and be like, "So your daddy told me this." I said, "Why didn't he just call me?" But it's one
me,
of those
you know?
fathers, like he doesn't want to overstep his, like he doesn't want to get in all your business because we're females, right? So obviously he's like, let me give my girls some space. But yeah, that's some of the things that I've learned from my father. So I don't know if you guys want to add anything else. So
No, I that's a great point. Like for real. That's a
what
great
was your
point.
role? What was the role that your father played in your life, other than making you kind of upset or
I was trying
resent
to,
him in that
I was
sense?
trying to avoid that question the whole
No,
day.
no.
No role.
Can you explain for those?
I mean, okay, yeah, I would say no role, but like, yeah, if I need like lunch money or something, like I would get it, or groceries here and there. But like, I don't think I would even say provider. Because my mom paid the bills. She bought groceries too. She sure damn bought me clothes. If I wanted, oh my god! Listen, if I wanted back to school shoes,
you go get that for you.
One time, the man took us to Yorgate Mall. He took us to Yorgate Mall, and then there was a store where like it was kind of like used shoes. And my sister, she's like, I want pink Chucks. She like, my dad's like, okay, I'll get you pink Chucks. We went to Yorgate Mall. She got like Airwalks or something like that. I'm not even joking.
Don't disrespect.
No, I won't disrespect Airwalks.
Those are the ones that she wanted.
I'm not disrespecting Airwalks. We wanted what we want. That's the problem.
Yeah.
This is that can we go to Super Play? The man said no. We're not going to Super Play. We're not going to Super Play.
His money said no.
But then again, hold up. This is the question we gotta ask about people.
Okay.
If you don't pay bills, if you don't buy loads of groceries, you don't buy.
Where's your money?
Where's your money going? You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
so that's the question we always ask, right? But when it came to my mom, I wanted them Jordans for back to school.
She scraped to get.
Remember, there's some Jordan 3s I got from Foot Locker one time, maybe like $120. I couldn't believe she bought it. To this day, I said, "Wow!" And I'm the youngest, so I get everything. I want Xbox, all this stuff. My mom comes through and provides, Yeah. So, yeah, the role, and then the people that kind of filled in that role was that like my uncles, if they would come, like my uncle came from like UK or Ghana and lived with us, or mentors from the church, or like Pastor Trevor or like Pastor Ian. Those people, like people will fill in for and fill that void for myself. So and my brother played a big role too. Shout out to my broski. One love.
I would only think that one other thing for me is like getting into like how it affected us mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. I'd feel like spiritually, like he wasn't as there spiritually. Like sometimes you just don't want to say it, but like that's a big part that I missed. And like I think in the beginning we didn't really like, maybe if there was a lead of spiritual in the beginning, it would be a little bit different. Like maybe the connection would be a little bit different. But I feel like I was missing that part, and that's an important part for me now, at least. Now that I realize it's an important part for me.
That's the same thing with me. Spiritually, it wasn't there, but I was like that affected my relationship with how I viewed God. I'm not till this. Like I still like. I don't know.
How so?
I think
break that down.
I think for me, like. My father was there spiritually. I mean, mentally and emotionally, he was there. But it was always distant.
Yeah.
So it's like I view God like he's there
God.
Emotionally, mentally, but he's distant. And that's why it was a struggle for me to put full trust in God, because it's like, not like I trust my daddy. Trust me, I trust my father. But with God, it's like, since he's not physically here with me, it was harder
to connect with
because I got that also, like, my relationship with my father wasn't as like, because he's always on the road doing his work and providing, right? So that's why I struggled with my relationship with God. And right now I'm still currently like finding a balance of understanding, like, no, he's not far. He's literally right here.
Both of them.
Like literally right here. And you know what I mean? So it's like, and the thing is, like, you have to put effort into that. You can't expect, like, God is waiting for you. He's already waiting. That's what I'm saying. It's like a lot of times we think like God is gonna come for me. He's already waiting for you.
Like,
he's literally just opened the door and I'm here. Like, you don't have.
And once again, I think that implies for your dad as well.
Exactly, and that's the thing. Like now that we're getting older, it's much. I feel like this quarantine, it played a huge role.
It got you closer.
Yeah. It played a huge role because it made him settle down. He can't go to many places that long. You know what I mean? And I'm not going anywhere. My sister's not going anywhere. So there's always, we're literally in the house.
You're in each other's faces.
Exactly. So you're going to have to spend time with each other, or even like come in communication other than through a phone or through my mom and ask him.
Even when I see, for the audience, even when I see their father with like the way how he interacts with their mom, like sometimes they'll be like, oh yeah, my dad's talking to my mom right now. I'd be like, what? For that long? I said, oh my gosh. And sometimes it's so
like
cool.
5 times a day.
Especially for an African father to do that, you know, to still be there, they're still married and to still talk and check up on his woman, you know. That's actually, if I didn't tell you guys, that's pretty cool to see. So
thanks.
I don't want to envy you guys, but
No, you're not.
No, you're not.
But
you see it as an example. That's your example.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
maybe you want that in your future.
Right. So this episode can go on forever. But
I know.
I was gonna say
this is well needed.
No,
though.
it is. It's like a therapy session.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask for those. I mean, obviously, people who are listening. Not everybody has a father who is listening, and some people do. I was also gonna mention, sorry, before I go into the other question, that you can still have a father present in your life, but he's absent.
Yep.
Like he could be in your household.
That was me for a little part of my life.
Literally in your household, sleeping, eating, breathing, waking up with you, and then it just feels like he's not even there.
Not there.
So like, just because you have a father doesn't mean in your house doesn't mean he can't be absent. Just to clarify that.
Right.
Yeah.
But for those people who don't have a father or are looking for some spiritual guidance in a sense where they're looking for a mentor, they're probably like, how do I go?
How can I fill that void?
How can
That's
I
what
fill
people
that
say.
void? Yeah, because most times people are going to look elsewhere. So let's give some advice for them, for those who are seeking a father figure or
the Lord. The Lord Jesus, he gave Jesus as an example for us to how to, you know, and then he went up to heaven, and then Lord is there for us, and he is the person who, you know, friend to the friendless, father to the fatherless. You can come to him, he can comfort you. You can speak to him like you would speak to your regular father all the time, because he's always there with you, in you, around you. I think it's hard to sometimes think that and have a relationship with God, because we just see, it's like we're a society of visual, like we have to see the person. But no, like you'll feel him.
Start off with him first.
Yeah, you'll feel him.
I think for me, is probably seeking out mentors, like I did in my life. The mentors have helped a lot. It is not particularly one. A couple of people have come in and out, and they have helped. And I don't know if the mentors, like in their head, they're saying, "Yo, I know Nana's father is not in his life like that, so let me just, you know, try to invade his life." I think they just do it naturally, to be honest. But some of them knew. But, you know, sometimes I'll be with my mentors. Sorry, this is the last story. Sometimes I'll be with my mentors, and like my dad will walk by, and like no acknowledgement sometimes. That has happened. I'll be like, "Oh, hi, daddy." Like no acknowledgement. And there's probably been a time where he walked by, like I'll be on the street and he will be right there on the next street and
Didn't say anything.
You know, but damn, that's all I gotta say.
After this, we're gonna have a session, a talk through session, therapy session with them.
Damn, that's what I gotta say.
We peeled Nana's ears back to they've exposed.
I didn't explain this.
Sorry,
but it's good. You guys need to hear.
No, you need to hear. Yeah, some real life stories,
so you can connect as well.
What was I gonna say? Gosh, I lost my train of thought. Like you said, mentors, right?
Yeah.
For me, I think you also have to understand what it means to be a great, like the leadership qualities that you'd be looking for in your mentor. Yeah. Because you can find them. Anybody could be your mentor. Okay. Yeah. Anybody. The streets can be your mentor.
The grocery store clerk.
Like literally but seriously, if you don't know what a good mentor is supposed to be like, somebody's gonna come in and fill that space for you and teach you wrong things. And you can end up in a life that is miserable, and you just literally just it's not good. So I think some leadership qualities that I think you should
find in a mentor.
Look for in a mentor is reliability. Because you don't want to be saying we have a session at 6:00 and be like, oh, I can't make it today. Sorry. Next week come. Oh, sorry, you can't talk today. Like
that's a big point.
That is like, what is that?
Yep,
you're not.
That's a really
you're
big
in and
point.
out.
Stability is not.
Like it's not. You're ready. The foundation is already rocky.
Yeah.
You're not showing me that you're committed, and you're not showing me that you care enough to say, listen, I'm gonna like schedule out this time for this person that I'm mentoring.
Yeah.
So that for me is something that you should look for, reliability. What about you guys?
Sorry.
No.
A servant of the Lord. That has to be not one or even two. It has to be one or two, you know? Probably one, but it should be he should be a servant, or she Or she.
Or she.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's not forget
Wow.
about females.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, females. Or she, because women are the smartest people on this earth.
Yes.
So them as mentors will probably be the best investment you can ever have in your life. So servant of the Lord, someone that is seeking the Lord, that is bringing you closer to Christ.
Yeah.
Those things, oh man, the best.
Yeah.
The best.
I would say a good listener. That is super
Right.
important, especially for me. You don't want a person who just you ramble all day. Let's say you vent about your session and they just give you the okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just know they weren't listening. They
Right.
they're just there. They're just a person. You know, you were just talking. So definitely a good listener is an important thing for a leader.
I was also gonna say like it has integrity, because you don't want somebody who's gonna not be a man of or a woman of their word,
Yeah.
and not consistent with what they say,
Yeah.
right? Because like we said before, leadership qualities, there's so many that you should look for, but these are just a few that I believe that are good starters.
Yeah.
And obviously the first thing is seek God.
Yeah.
Like pray to him and ask him to show you people that you should look out for.
Yeah.
Like to bring people into your life that can mentor you and father you in that sense. Not just the men, the women too.
Yeah.
Because women need their fathers as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
As we say, they are the start, like the foundation.
Yeah.
You know what it is.
they're
Like
the
God is the
best.
foundation of the whole entire world.
Of
So
the family.
we have like he
Units,
started this
yeah.
and so like it already goes to show like the men have a humongous responsibility.
Yeah.
And like Nana said, like obviously if you can't do it on your own, you need God.
Yeah.
And so don't be afraid to seek those mentors and ask for help and look for those father figures in the church or
They're out there.
like right and just
They're out there.
like I think a lot of times for me myself I also struggle with this, asking somebody to be my mentor. Some people are not gonna they're not gonna come up to you and be like, oh, can I mentor you?
Yeah.
No, you have to seek that out.
Yeah.
It's not them
Because you're looking for
you're
it.
looking
They-
for
like,
it.
They're not
Exactly.
looking for somebody
Exactly.
really to mentor.
Exactly. So I think that's all I have to say. Any final words if you want to say something to
No,
encourage
this
them?
was a great episode.
Seek out mentors. That was my
Like
last
we're gonna
thought.
pray. We're gonna do some healing therapy after this
Hey.
moment for Nana.
Ayala, fix my life, please.
I am in Yala right now.
In his
today,
life.
in his life right now. I am in Yala fix my life. But
Yeah.
once again, we appreciate you guys. I say this all the time, but it is true.
What
It
should
is
we do?
very true.
Thanks for listening. But
If
listen,
you're out, I'm just joking.
I was gonna do it like a commercial. But you can listen to us on Spotify.
Yeah.
You can listen to us on Google if you like. You know, you don't like Spotify, there's Google. If you want to watch us, because us visual people like myself, you can watch on YouTube. But guys, please subscribe. Subscribe so you can see us
Yeah.
on your feed all the time
Yeah.
and share it to others so they know about the message as well. And you guys can have a conversation as well. There's the comments. Have a conversation down there. Ask us
Yeah.
questions. We want to see what you thought about the video and that type of thing. And as well, sorry, let's not forget Instagram. Instagram is there. Twitter is there as
Yeah.
well. All the links will be in the description, so you
Yeah.
can click it and you guys can follow us and see what we're up to.
And look at our cool
They
paper.
can't see it.
Yeah.
They can't
They
really
can't
see
see
it. Not,
Oh,
Oh,
man,
yeah.
it says the Juxtaposition podcast. It's
yeah, they can't really see it that
yeah,
well.
sorry, but we're professional.
We're getting there.
You dig?
We're trying.
Getting there.
You dig?
But thank you all for the support. Once again, I think a lot of people kind of miss or they kind of forget that we drop our
Yes,
audio on Monday. Our visual YouTube channel is on Wednesday in the evening time. So look out for that. And share, and
I
subscribe.
never said this in a long time. Well, I'm gonna say it today.
Go ahead.
That's all, folks. We're the Juxtaposition podcast, and we're out.
Bye. See you later.